Hey guys, it's me Meg and this is Tiny Home Yoga. I'm going to be working with a restorative practice today, and if you're feeling like you need to relax, wind down after a big day of work, open up the lower part of the body, open up the shoulders, then this is absolutely the practice for you today. So what you're going to need is a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, that's absolutely fine. You can put 2 pillows in one pillowcase. You could just use any old pillow, whatever works for you. Maybe 2 pillows is ideal. Secondly, you will need a block. If you don't have a block, that's fine. You can use a book. You can use a book, and preferably a big thick book. And then finally, if you have dodgy knees like me, I like to put my woolly hats on my knees so that on this hard surface I can be protected a little bit when we're working on putting quite a lot of pressure and weight through our knees. So just pause the video now if you need to go get anything for this practice, and then when you're ready, let's begin. So first, let's take our bolster, opening up the legs into a wide-legged stance, bringing the bolster close to the body, right in to the groin. We're going to inhale, rise up through the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently fold down, hands onto the mat. You can bring your forehead onto the mat, or you can rest your ear to the side and let your weight completely rest on your pillows, on your bolster. As we just begin to arrive on the mat, allowing ourselves to feel heavy as we relax down, letting gravity do its work. And as you begin to arrive in this moment, let's connect with the breath. So the breath is the path to changing your state. So if you want to be high energy, you can breathe shallow. If you want to be low, relaxed, slow down, calm down, then the breaths can be long. So let's work with the long inhales and exhales today on a count of 4. So exhaling where you are now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 And then bringing the breath back to its normal rhythm. Moving the head slightly, bringing it up, lifting it up. As we slowly begin to lift our torso off the bolster, drawing our hands back towards our knees. And then let's just take the bolster off to the side. Bringing the knees together so that they are parallel with the hips and feet. We're going to sweep our arms up as we inhale, rising up onto our knees. And as we exhale, we're going to interlace our hands behind the back of us and bring our forehead to the floor. Opening up the shoulders, engaging the hands, all the muscles inside the hands. Inhale, rising up. Trying to synchronize the breath here. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, rising up. Squeeze the core to protect the lower back. Exhale, come down. There's a train about to go past. So let's just keep moving until it's gone. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, rise. And releasing the hands back down to the floor. Wonderful. Slowly walking the hands forward into our tabletop position. You're going to grab hold of the block and bring it to the right hand side of the body, just to prepare yourself. Dropping the belly, opening the chest. Exhale, drawing the shoulder blades together and squeezing the core up towards the spine. Let's take that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Coming up to the neutral spine again. We're going to grab hold of our block on the right hand side and take our right leg so that the foot is parallel with the outside of the mat in this kind of open position. Then we're going to slowly rise up. I just realised I've got the block on the wrong side. Sorry guys. Bring the block over to the left hand side. Nope. And we're going to inhale, rise our hands up. And then as we exhale, we're going to reach for the block and stretch over towards the left. Feeling a nice stretch in the side body. Now ideally you'd like your right leg to be extended here. That's kind of the right way of doing it, I suppose, or a way of doing it. But in a small space, you ideally want to have your knee lifted so that you can, just in case you can't stretch out basically. So inhale, stretching over towards the left. We're going to gently rise up, squeezing that core as we do. Hands up, come up. Reach up, lengthen through the spine. And as we exhale, bringing our right hand to our right knee and then taking the stretch over towards the right hand side. So the left hand comes all the way over, really feeling it in that side hip there. Beautiful. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, rising up with the hands and the crown of the head. And as you exhale, reaching over towards the left. Try not to dump your weight down onto the block here. Keep that extension through the hands. Inhale, rising up, inhale. Squeeze the belly. And as we exhale, we're going to take it to the other side. Nice side stretch here. Excellent job. Inhale, slowly coming up. And then as we exhale, squeeze the core, bring the hands towards the floor. We're going to inhale, rise that right leg up to the side and extend it back. Beautiful. Placing that foot back onto the floor. Wonderful. Inhale, rise up with the back foot and stepping it forward in between the hands. So the best way to really do that, if you're struggling with stepping forward in this position, is take your right hand and arch the fingers. And then take your body weight over to the left hand side and step forward through the hands. That really just helps you make some space there. Walking your right foot over towards the right. We're going to just find our lizard pose. So that might require a little bit of adjusting of the knees and the hands, walking forward slightly. Feeling a nice long deep stretch through the left hip. So you can either stay here, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can come down onto your forearms. Let's breathe here, finding our edge, finding that place of work, but a little bit of discomfort also, so that we can work through that, using the breath to guide us and support us, which is a wonderful metaphor for life. Taking your weight over onto your left hand or left forearm and just place your right hand slightly onto your right leg, onto your right knee. And just taking the right foot onto its side, opening up through the hip here, not to dump down through that left shoulder, lifting up, looking up. Taking some nice deep intentional breaths here to support you in this deep open stretch. Gently coming back, walking your hands up if they aren't already there. And we're going to step back with that right foot. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, pushing the floor away, drawing the shoulder blades away from each other. Push through those feet also. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdomen, and coming back to neutral. Now taking your block and moving it over to the right hand side this time. Slowly making your way up. You're going to place you can hold onto your block to do this, and place your left foot parallel to the corner of the mat. Rising all the way up. Inhale, reaching for your block, bringing it towards the knee. Rising up and over, creating a nice side stretch here. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, melting down, softening this position, softening the jaw. Inhale, rising up, squeeze the core as you do. And then exhale, taking the hand onto the knee. Left hand onto the knee, reaching over towards the left. Nice side stretch here. Again, reaching up and over. Very small motion, but it creates space in the hips. Increases flexibility and mobility. Inhale, rising up. Squeeze the core as you rise. Exhale, now bringing the hand back towards the block. Reaching over towards the left. Reaching over towards the right. Extending over. One more time, we're going to come up. Inhale up. Oop, block fell over. Exhale. Hand towards that knee. Reaching over towards the left. Wonderful. And again, we're going to slowly come back down. Placing the hands on the mat. Bringing the leg back towards the other leg in our tabletop position. Dropping the belly, open the chest. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and abdomen right up towards the spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, rising the left leg up to the side. Extending it all the way back. And now bringing it up into the chest. Arching up with your left fingertips and stepping forward in between the hands. Walk your left foot over towards the side, finding your lizard. Moving your knee back just slightly. Moving those hands forward just a little bit. Squeeze that glute and find your edge with your lizard. Perhaps you'd like to come down to the floor with the forearms. Working into that lower back area as we open and explore the edge again. Using the breath as a guide. And now either staying down on the forearm or coming back up onto your hand, you can place your left hand on your left leg, gently opening up that left hip so that the left foot is on its side. Opening up through the shoulders, looking up towards the sky so we don't dump our weight down into the hand on the floor. Again, breathing into this deep hip opener. Slowly coming back out, working your way up to the top, bringing that front leg back to meet the knee. We're going to take one more gentle cat and cow, dropping the belly, inhale. Exhale, squeezing the core towards the spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Coming to tabletop, walking the hands slightly forward, tucking the toes, coming up to downward facing dog. So keeping those knees nice and bent here, your weight through the fingertips into the hands and trying to take away that intense weight through the wrist area. So really squeeze those fingers down into the mat, keeping those knees nice and bent so your spine is long. We're going to inhale, pivoting our heels over towards the right hand side. Bending through those knees, keeping our hands and shoulders in the same position. Inhale, coming up, pivoting over to the other side. And now try and synchronize the breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, heels. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side with the heels. Inhale, coming back to center, taking a breath. We're going to come up onto the tippy toes, rolling through to plank position. Bringing the knees down. We're going to come all the way down, lowering the body all the way down. Placing the palms into a little pillow and resting your ear on that pillow. Bring the toes together and let the heels hang out towards each side. As you relax, relax. Now if you're in a small space, then you want to shimmy your weight, your body, over towards the left hand side and place the right hand on the edge of the mat into a cactus shape. Then you're going to tent your left fingers and roll your body over onto your right side. You can let your head hang heavy onto the floor, or it could hover. If you want a little bit more here to open those shoulders, you can place your foot behind you in alignment with your thigh. Really opening that shoulder here. And breathing. And just finding wherever your mind is wandering to in the silence, just watch and observe and bring it back to the breath. Feeling the extension, the expansion through in your lungs. And then gently rolling over, releasing that shoulder. And bringing your hands to a pillow. Once again, this time place your opposite ear that you did before. Place your opposite ear down. And relax. Now shimmering your weight over to the right hand side of the mat, placing the left arm in a cactus shape, tenting your right fingertips and rolling over onto your shoulder. So again, just experimenting with what works for you today. Maybe the right side feels different. I have a bolster in the way, so I can't very comfortably put my foot onto the floor here for an additional twist. And just honouring the space that you're in. It does sometimes create difficulties, but part of the practice of yoga is really sort of overcoming those difficulties and being resilient in the face of challenges, whether that's in your mind, in your body, or in your environment. There's a boat coming past. Rolling back over onto your front and just creating a pillow again one more time. Just letting these boaters pass. Just relax. And let the body be heavy and still. As we invite rest. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulder blades. Inhale, rising up onto all fours, pushing back into child's pose. So keeping the arms nice and long here, stretching the fingers forward, placing the forehead onto the mat. Inhale, slowly coming up. Again, as we're in all fours, we can inhale, bringing the right leg up into the chest and stepping it forward. Now here's where you might want to get hold of a hat or something cushiony to put underneath your left knee. As we move into opening up our lizard pose into a deeper twist. So again, you can grab hold of your block here or your book if you want a little bit more lift in the shoulders. We're going to inhale, bringing the leg up, sending the hand back towards the foot, finding your open lizard pose here. Finding something to gaze at, keeping your focus and attention on that space as you breathe. Opening deep into the hip and thigh. And if you're not really here just yet, then feel free to bring the foot down and just reach back with the hand. A few more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, melt down into the hips. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, slowly releasing that foot. Beautiful. Sliding that foot back as we're in our tabletop. Let's drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, squeeze, and push your hands into the floor and the feet too. Inhale, open the belly, open the chest. Exhale. Now taking your hat or something comfortable, placing it under the right knee. You're going to inhale, stepping forward with the left foot. Finding that deep hip open stretch here. Inhale, bringing the left hand up and over as you reach back for the foot. And just do what works for you today. Opening up the hip. Twisting through the side body. I'm going to stick with just keeping my hand open, my shoulder open today. My right knee is not too happy with me. Listening to the body, honouring your limitations is what we're aiming for here. in all of our yoga practices. Taking a few more breaths. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften and melt down into the hip. Slowly untangling the body, taking the leg down. And now finding some space in the left side body to bring that foot back. Amazing. Sitting back onto the knees, lengthening up through the crown and the spine. We're going to move into our final position here, final asana, which is a frog pose. So you want to bring the feet from underneath you when you're sitting back on your heels. So bring the feet away from the hips to the sides. And try and keep your knees and feet parallel as you work through this here. We're going to inhale, rising up onto the bolster. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly release our torso down, bringing our forehead or our ear to the mat, to the bolster, sorry. Being a nice, deep, intense stretch through the hips here. So the wider your legs and shins go, the more intense this is. So you might feel like you want to put some cushions underneath those knees again. I'm going to stay here for a moment. When you find that your mind is wandering, just bring it back to the sensations in the body, to the breath. Placing the hands underneath, next to the knees, lifting the weight up. Bring the knees in and move the bolster away from the side, making our way over onto our back. Slowly lowering down. Let's take a few more hip stretches here to finish off. Placing the right foot on the left knee, drawing that left knee up into the chest. Keep those feet, those toes flexed up towards the knee. Breathing, perhaps even rocking from side to side, synchronizing the breath with the rock. And then bring the leg down and take both knees over towards the left hand side, extending your right arm out to the side, or you can create a little cactus if you haven't got the space, and then looking over towards that right hand or elbow, depending on where you're at. Feeling a nice spinal twist as we just release any tension in the lower back area from our deep hip openers that we did today. Inhale, slowly coming back up. I'm going to swap over the legs. So this time, the left leg, the left foot is on the right leg, right knee. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. So many legs and hands and feet. drawing that right leg into the body. Giving it a nice squeeze as you flex those toes towards the sky. In an inhale, slowly bringing that leg, foot back down towards the mat. Extending the arms into a cactus or out to the sides and taking your knees over towards the right. Looking over towards the left. Long spinal twist here. As you relax, gently bringing those knees back up, bringing them up into the chest, interlacing the fingers around the tops of the legs. Squeeze. So now if you have the time, please do extend your legs out and extend your arms out to the side and come into a Shavasana. And just stay there for a moment and let your body integrate. If you have somewhere to be, you can start to rock and roll up the spine. Coming up to a comfortable seated position. Back to where we began. Bringing our hands onto our body, or onto the heart space, or even coming into a prayer position. Gently tucking the chin towards the hands. And just finding gratitude and thanks. So we just spend this last moment here in a quick, fast track integration back into the world. Feeling that little bit more calm, rested and opened. As always, don't forget to hydrate. And just take it easy for the next half an hour or so. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhaling through the mouth. Bringing the hands down. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. I wish you the very best day or evening or wherever you are at in the world. And I'll see you again soon. Namaste.